What up, Dokkaners? Well, breaking news, Dragon Ball Saga has officially been eliminated. No longer is the Dragon Ball Saga in consideration. Demon King Piccolo, out. Kid Goku, out. What other crazy theories have we had so far? GT? You know what? No, GT's not technically out just yet. I think GT still has a shot, but Dragon Ball Saga, which was like the main competitor to the Broly theory, is officially out. So we're gonna watch all 4 trailers in consecutive order, and then we will talk about what this means. Also, I'm doing World Tournament, so please forgive me if I say anything stupid or if I mix up words, because you know I'm out here cranking for my life. All right, here we go. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
哎，你看那是什么啊？
什么什么？
飞得好快哦！
哪里？
Okay. So that is hint number 1. All right. Hint number 2. Okay, that's number 2. Here's number 3. Some would argue this should probably have been number 2, actually, but let's watch this one.
Oh my gosh, do you see that?
What is that?
Oh my god.
What? Oh my gosh.
There it is again.
All right, and for the final one, here it is. Or what we think is the final one. Oh. What? Whoa! What? Is that a Super Saiyan glow? Yeah. Okay. So, based on all 4 pieces of evidence collectively together, it is my theory now that it is not only Broly, but I think it's a combination of Broly movies. As we saw in hint number 2, there was the part where the pod landed, or whatever the heck it was, landed, and then it was glowing. If you zoom in closer, apparently it's green, and now that I look at it, it does appear to be green. Again, I am doing World Tournament while doing all of this. I thought it was a yellow glow. Either way, green or yellow, Broly is very much in contention. The lightning surrounding, you know, this glowing object further helps the case for Broly's second coming, right? So after that, we kind of took a step backwards with this one. And I think a lot of people will agree that this video, which was hint number 3, should have actually been hint number 2. To be quite honest, this gives us nothing. And now that we've seen the 4th hint, this honestly was useless. So this didn't have to be there at all. But the fact that this dropped after 2, I think really did a disservice to certain theories. But then again, I mean, whatever. These are hints. They're not supposed to be like, you know, perfect. But that's just my opinion. And then the last one doesn't give us a whole lot more in terms of what the flying objects are. Actually, what am I saying? Of course it does. It does, because it's not a Dragon Ball. It's a being. It's someone zooming in and then lands on top of the 109 Shibuya building, which to my understanding is like one of the main shopping areas in Japan. Kind of think of this as like Times Square. Well, for those of you who live in the US, a lot of you don't, but this is like the main shopping district. And this is, so whatever this Super Saiyan being is, this figure is standing atop like the main Shibuya district or the shopping district or whatever. So this, I mean, the fact that it's a Super Saiyan, it's no longer Dragon Ball Saga, like obviously. So the question is, who is it? And so based on everything else that we know, removing Dragon Ball Saga from the conversation, it's got to be Broly. And the thing about it is that this moment is kind of referencing the beginning of Second Coming Broly, whereas this one, now hear me out, it's not exactly confirming it, but the first thing that came to my mind when I saw that was this shot right here. Broly standing atop a tall structure with other beings surrounding him, ready to engage. That kind of explains all the various figures. Some of the objects that were flying were covered in yellow. Some of them were covered in white. So it could have been like Piccolo. Piccolo's not a Saiyan, so obviously he's not going to be flying in with a yellow glow. Maybe it was like base Trunks or something, who knows? But this is what I was thinking. So if we're talking Broly, but then one part of the hints kind of suggest movie 10, which is Second Coming, and then another one, which is hint number 4, kind of invokes the feeling from movie 8. This might just be a Broly celebration covering both movie 8 and movie 10, and perhaps also Bio Broly. I do hope that if this is going to be a celebration of the Broly movies, we do get Bio Broly in a major way. I know a lot of people disagree with that. That's totally fine. This is my opinion. But I feel like if they're going to be going in with the Broly treatment, every aspect of Broly deserves a moment. So we'll have to wait and see what this is going to mean. Obviously, for like a Dokkan festival, we could say Broly. And then for the Carnival unit, it could be, I don't know, maybe the Second Coming Broly can be the Dokkan Festival. The Carnival LR can be this guy, which is funny because this kind of then goes back to the concept reaction that we checked out a few days ago, made by Espiro regarding the Broly celebration. Although that was more like celebration of the movies. But if it's just going to be Broly, we could say Second Coming Broly Dokkan Festival Part 1. Carnival Goku can be another Super Saiyan Goku, but this one gets the power transfer and does all that craziness at the end where he, you know, punches Broly and kills him and all that. That would be cool. And then for part 2, it could be, I don't know, Dokkan Festival Bio Broly, and then Carnival, or maybe maybe a Dokkan Festival Goten and Trunks LR for those of you who have been, you know, clamoring for a Gotenks LR recently. And then the Carnival LR could be Bio Broly. I know that probably won't sell very well, so maybe they'll mix and match, and maybe they'll put some of Bio Broly into part 1. I don't know. But I feel like this is now the point that we've come to. It's got to be one of these. It's got to be Steve Kerr steps down from Team USA. Oh, it's got to be because of Jason Tatum stuff. All right, anyway. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I don't really have anything else to say on it because we've already done a speculation on the entire celebration. So I want to know what you guys think. Does this seem like a good idea for it to be entirely Broly focused? Or do you think that it should still spread out to other movies? This does call into question if that Dead Zone Goku Piccolo unit would actually get an EZA during this celebration, because while it is a movie hero, it's not necessarily relevant to Broly. So if it is going to involve this guy getting an EZA, then maybe there is still a chance that this is not necessarily fully Broly. Maybe part 1 is celebrating Broly across the movies. So like part 1 is going to have Carnival movie 8, Dokkan Festival movie 10, free to play movie whatever the heck, what movie is Bio Broly, movie 11, I don't know, whatever that is. And then the second part can be another trio of movies. Maybe it can be Gohan being like the focal point, Gohan from BoJack, Gohan from Dead Zone, and Gohan from what else? I mean, we already did superhero. What's another movie where like Gohan is the main, he's not really the main character in Dead Zone, but he's like, you know, another movie where Gohan has a more focused presence other than the Second Coming of Broly, right? Because that one's already covered. So it could be something like that. So give me your ideas for combinations of movie celebrations, and we'll take it from there. This is the 4th and I think probably final hint. I have not yet changed the dates here. Again, I am doing World Tournament as we speak. I just dropped a rank to make this video, so this sacrifice is hopefully it's worth it. Yeah, so with the 4 hints taken care of, we have now matched last year. I don't think that there's going to be another one. I think coming up after the end of World Tournament, there could be a potential announcement on Global for a Jiren Carnival LR dropping on Global within the next couple of days. Yes, Global players, we might have to deal with one more summon. It is possible. It is also possible we don't. So if we don't, I mean, I guess good news. You don't have to spend or even consider spending. But if we do get it, then I think a lot of people are very easily going to skip. Now, in regards to the skip, I've seen a lot of conversations regarding if it's this, I skip. If it's that, I skip. All I'm asking, and you guys know that I've been bringing this up on streams. All I ask is that we wait to see what the units can do before just outright saying skip. Because we are going to be earning 1,000 stones during Worldwide. It could potentially be worth diving in a little bit depending on what the units are. But again, I will remind you for maybe the 9th time here, these units will be back during the 10-year anniversary. So if you are tight on Dragon Stones, no matter how good or bad these units are, just remember that if you in the end decide not to summon, these units will be back by the 10-year anniversary. That is going to be happening at the end of January for both Global and JP. So this is the one and only time for global players where you don't have to wait nearly as long for these units to come back because of the unification. So food for thought, but again, let's wait and see what the units can do. We are not going to know what the units can do for at least another week, because remember, in this little list here, there's going to be a Dokkan Now reveal closer to the actual banner's release, which is at least going to be another week from now. So for the next week, all we can really do is just speculate, throw out some crazy ideas, and we'll see what sticks. That's it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I dropped it. Oh! If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below. Ignore that. Let me know in the comments, what rank are you in World Tournament for those of you who are still doing it. I know JP players are done, but also let me know what you guys think about the Broly celebration. Should it be a Broly focused thing for part 1 and part 2, or just part 1? What other ideas do you guys have for Dokkan Fest and carnivals? Should it be anything that I mentioned at all? Do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts. Oh, also, on a scale of 1 to 10, how open would you be to the idea of a Bio Broly being involved in some form or fashion as a summonable unit? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more Dokkan content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it. Thanks again. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.